Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and these are the games being added to my collection in April of 2025. As usual, these are based on the games I played last month, in this case, March. Going through those games and taking a look at the ones that I played for the first time that I liked enough that I want to add to my collection, at least for now. This is a sister video to the series of the games leaving my collection. You can go ahead and check that out if you want to see that. A bunch of games left this month. This month I think we had 5 games leaving this month. 5 from my collection, and then the 8 that were more passing through. The 5 from my collection were Fall of the Mountain King, Life of the Amazonia, Witchstone, Orion Duel, and then what's it called? Rococo. Rococo is the 5th one that was leaving. So 5 games leaving my collection, and that's basically what was left. So to that end, what games are being added? Again, these are all based off the games playing for the first time, and we have 7 sort of plus 2 asterisks. The 2 asterisks, first of all, is going to be a shout out to Toy Battle. Played Toy Battle on Board Game Arena. I want to play it more. Kind of enjoyed my first play, so I'm not yet sure if it's being added or not, so it does go a little bit into that maybe category, but for right now, I did play it and liked it and want to play it more. So not yet being added, but in that middle ground territory. The other asterisk goes to Onward. Onward is delightful. It'll absolutely be added to my collection. The reason it gets an asterisk is because it's kind of replacing Sky Tier. Like, if not for the fact that Onward uses miniatures from Sky Tier, I would be getting rid of Sky Tier in favor of Onward 100%. So this is more of a swap than a addition. Sky Tier from Sky Tier Games is being replaced from Onward, which is the spiritual successor to Sky Tier. Different games. There's reasons to own both. For me, I don't feel the need to own both. I'm just going to own Onward, the newer, to me, better version of it. That's going to be the first 2. To the other 7 games we have Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, I've been playing through the deluxe version from Awakened Realms a lot and really been enjoying it. I do have some qualms or, uncertainty around the long-term how great it is, but I am really, the long-term variability of it, I should say. There'll be a review on the channel at some point. I don't actually know if I'm doing the review or if Meg will be doing the review, because I know she really liked it, so we'll see. Maybe we'll both be in it. Either way, I really like Puerto Rico. I think it is really well done. It's not no Castle of Burgundy to me, but our group keeps going back to it for game after game after game, and so that's an easy one to say will be added once the final version comes in. Right now I've just been playing the prototype. Speaking of prototypes, let's get through the other 2 prototypes out of the way. There was Peninsula from the creator from Karma Games, creator of Clans of Caledonia. Peninsula is a very thinky roll and write. Now, I don't think it's a forever game, mainly because honestly the graphic design kind of holds back the game for me. Like, I'm not inspired to play it, but when I play it, it's very puzzly and very rewarding. So it's one of those games that goes in the category of I really enjoy, but also is it going to be a forever kind of thing? And for right now, just don't know. I liked it enough that I want to continue playing it. I think there's still more to explore, but when thinking of the types of games that last forever versus the types of games that I want to experience more, this one feels like it falls more into that category. I want to experience Peninsula more. I don't think it's a forever pick. The other one is Kalypso. Kalypso from Inside Up Games will be launching later this year. I had a chance to play the prototype and I loved it. One of my easy highlights for the year, based on 2 plays so far. 1 play of the cooperative, 1 play of the competitive. So not enough information relative to how much I enjoyed it. Like, right now, the way I feel about the cooperative mode specifically, it's so ridiculously satisfying. Like, I want to give it a 5 out of 5. But I also like to review things or play things multiple times before I do that. And despite having played it twice, I want to play the cooperative mode multiple times before I give it a full-on opinion. All you need to know right now is I really, really enjoyed my first play. I'm really excited. Sometimes that will crater a little bit. Like, if currently I want to give it a 5.5 out of 5, that means it's going to be either a 4.5 or a 4. Almost certainly. Like, it's very rare that a desire to give it a 5 drops to a 3.5. But sometimes I play it 3 more times and like, honestly, you know what? I saw what I need to see from the experience. Sometimes that first play is more satisfying and it goes down a little bit after. Sometimes the reverse is true. Sometimes the first play is not as good and it goes up. Things change. This is why I play things multiple times before reviewing them. But early first impressions is I love Kalypso and cannot wait to play it more. Moving from there to the 4 final games that I played, we have Hutan from the Op. Hutan, I loved it from my first play. I played it both solo as well as competitive. It does fall into that category that I do wonder, like, it's not as good as Calico, it's not as good as Cascadia, or Harmonies for that matter, but it's so close. I do wonder about the longevity of the experience relative to other similar games. It's a little bit more repetitive in the style of it, but I still really enjoy it. So it's one that may leave eventually, but it's one of those games that I think I'll play it like 30, 40 times before it leaves, which is a decent amount of time with it. From there, we also have Star Explorer. Star Explorer is a easy, fun, roll and draw game, kind of, from Queen Games. Really liked it. It was not on my radar, but it's one that, well, I mean, I knew it existed, but I played it kind of expecting it to be like a play and move on, and instead it was a play and play again and play again. It's just a satisfying, fun, charming, roll and write experience. Not really roll and write, it's more of a draft and write, kind of, sort of, flip and write, sort of. Flip and write. It's technically a flip and write, but with some things that make it different than other games you've experienced in that genre. Then there's Starleap. Oh, Starleap was another prototype. Whoops, I forgot a prototype. Starleap, another prototype over here. Prototypes just mean that I played the prototype and I liked it enough that I want the final game, but obviously time will pass before I'm able to get that final game. But Starleap, I really liked. Now, this is another one that falls in the category where the art, the graphic design, I wish that were better. I wish it were more elevated, but the gameplay is incredibly solid. A very tactical RTS feel that makes all the players involved feel pretty powerful as you try to build up your army and destroy your opponent. Biggest complaint about it, as I do think that the end rounds of the game can make it so that the ending rounds of the game can make it so that the players who are losing might feel a bit more of a struggle of, you know, they're still doing their thing, but they might feel deflated as the game winds down to a close. But until you hit that point, it's a very tough back and forth, a very satisfying experience with strong asymmetric factions, incredibly satisfying experience. And then lastly is Through the Desert. I finally got a chance to play Through the Desert from Allplay. I haven't played their new version yet. I still want to dive into the expansions, but I do think I actually might keep this one around. It's one of my favorite games in Reina Knizia's pure tile-laying series of just trying to place things out and deal with that area control puzzle. I think I like it better than games like Rebirth or, oh my gosh, there are other games. He has all these other games. The new tile-laying games. The Bitewing Games had that series that I can't remember the name of it, but there were two games from Reina Knizia that were very tile-laying-y. Can't remember the name of them. Either way, what is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. The tip of my tongue. Cascadito. Cascadero and Cascadito, those two games. Either way, Through the Desert, I think, is my favorite of these implementations. It's a very solid design, holds up, and I want to try the expansion modules that Allplay has, because I haven't done those yet. Even the base game was a good reminder of how much I enjoyed it. Anyway, those are the 9 sort of, the 2 asterisks, the 7 more, the games added to my collection this month in April, again from the plays in March. To that end, the usual math and recap for this video series. As of last video, we were at 14 games net positive for 2025. Last video, we actually managed to keep it a little negative. This video, we are creeping up because, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have 5 games leaving my collection this month, 7 games being added. That brings us to a net positive of 16. That's 4 months into the year, and net positive of 16. If I'm not careful, that maths out to, what is that, 48? That maths out to 48 net positive if I don't keep this in check. So I do have to do my regular job of getting rid of as many games as I add, because otherwise the size of the collection grows too much. Anyways, that has been your games being added to the collection video for the month of April. As always, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I appreciate you being here. I hope you found this entertaining in some way, and as always, I hope you have a good one.